Everybody's mics on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the world premiere of Organized Chaos. This is George, my co-GM. She will be, I'm sure, making an appearance off and on. Joining me is our fearless leader, Dara.
Hello.
Our fellow co-op member, Karen.
Hi.
And my dear friend, Stephanie. Today we will be playing Roll for Shoes, which is a rules light game of Chaos Incarnate. And I would like to welcome our players to, where are you? The Yikea, which is where our game will be taking place today. So to start off, I would love for y'all to think up a person, a character who might be in an Yikea. You're going to tell me their name, their pronouns that I should be using for your character, and please answer the question, what is weighing heavily on your mind today? It can be something absolutely ridiculous, it can be something serious, it can be something in between, big, small, it really, just whatever your character is thinking about as they enter this massive Yikea to do some shopping, maybe to get a bed. Maybe to make some cat shelves. Just let me know. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let me grab my piece of paper. Hit me with it.
Carol.
Carol.
Yes, Carol. Her pronouns, she, her. Weighing heavily on her mind, the PTA elections.
Oh, that's some serious business.
Very serious, honestly. A lot of peanut butter happening at the school, and she needs to talk about it.
Has she been trying to bribe people with any special confectionaries?
I mean, is it really a bribe? It's just love that maybe you get other things from because you gave them love. So it's not really a bribe.
I mean, that's completely fair.
Yeah.
Dara.
I'm going to be brave for myself here, and I'm going to be John, he, him. And he just wants to get out of being at Yikea because he's only there to make his girlfriend happy since they just moved in together.
Oh. Has she sent him there on a specific mission, or is he...
Oh, no, they're together.
Oh, so she's with him.
But he's, keeps avoiding her to go, touch knickknacks.
Okay. And Steph. Stephanie, can you hear me?
I disconnected. I'm trying to connect on my phone now because I know it'll be... Can you hear me?
Yes, we can see you still as well, so...
Technology!
Okay.
It's great.
I'm trying to connect with my phone because I don't think my computer can take all the video, honestly.
Okay, that's fair. We can pause a second. I can tell y'all a little bit about the Yikea.
I'm so sorry, you guys. It's just really not...
Oh no, you're good. Take the time to make the technology work right, and I will tell y'all about the Yikea. You are in the biggest Yikea in America. It is got its own zip code. It is massive. You are coming in on the ground floor, but in true European fashion, the ground floor is not the ground floor. It is actually the top floor. So you would actually, to get to the market hall and all of the self-serve area, you would actually have to go down the stairs. You come in on, there's some bathrooms to your right, there's an escalator up, and the hall is aggressively yellow. Man, if you do not like the color yellow, are you in a decent amount of trouble here? It might actually be a rage-inducing amount of yellow, depending on your personal feelings for the color yellow. and everything is written in blue. And occasionally there are just random umlauts and rock dots above everything because, Yikea, it's Swedish, and we got a little flavor of home. And if you pause as you walk in and the fetid air hits you, you can definitely smell the Swedish meatballs cooking. You can hear the murmur of lots and lots of people. And occasionally you think you hear like a melodious sound of Swedish coming from somewhere. And there's the murmur of announcements that you can just barely hear. Like, it's very muddled. You can't quite get a good sense of what's being said, but it is there.
Ooh, make sure that if just a quick tech thing, but make sure, Stephanie, that you turn off the other thing because we're getting double sound.
Yes, I'm going to. Can I just kick? I'm going to stop the video.
I think that already
There
fixed
we
it.
go.
Technology.
Yes. So you're in this foyer. What do y'all want to do? John, you're here with your girlfriend. You kind of paused as you walked in because everything hit you all at once and you don't necessarily want to be here. Your girlfriend is a bit ahead of you, headed straight to the escalator. Carol, you're kind of marching forward. The PTA elections are really heavy on your mind. You're kind of on a little bit on autopilot. And Stephanie.
Yes.
Can you tell me about your character?
Well, why don't we just ride with how I'm feeling right now?
Absolutely.
Because I am definitely chaos right now.
I love it. I love it so much.
Okay, so my name is Betsy, she, her, and I live in the Yikea at night.
Great.
So what's on my mind is that I don't want to be caught, but why am I at the Yikea every day? So I have different looks, I have disguises, I pop up and I disappear.
I love it.
No,
so are
no.
you carrying a bag with you of all of your things and belongings?
And is it an IKEA bag?
One of those,
Good.
I've done that like DIY with the IKEA bags, the big ones. And it's a nice like 80s style round duffel, like round on the ends. And that's where I keep all my stuff.
Love
So
it.
I look very boho chic cottagecore.
Oh, you're the cutest person in
Dream.
IKEA. Like, you're the TikToker of IKEA, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So
It is the place to be.
So where are you headed? You see, how old is John? What does John kind of look like, Dara?
Oh, John is like a solid 34. His girlfriend is, of course, like 27, so it's not super creepy, but like it's got to be it's got to be younger.
Yes.
He's in a band, very obviously.
Of course.
I'm imagining this to take place in Red Hook, just that's how my brain is working right now, living in New York. So they took the ferry to get there, and the whole ferry ride, he was just downing a 40.
Excellent. John's a little fuzzy.
So John is wearing obviously tight black pants. He is wearing a shirt for Sonic Youth that everyone is wearing, but it's like not Sonic Youth, it's something else that's like ironic. It's not like, and he's got Vans on because of course he does. His band's name is something like Penny Whistle Hatred or something.
Well,
I don't know.
excellent.
Yeah. And he, in his day job, is an accountant.
Oh, like an accountant or like a TikTok accountant?
Oh no, like an actual accountant
Like an actual
who really
accountant.
wants, like, who thinks he's a punk rock on the weekends and at night.
Well, excellent work. Our chat already hates John, so you're doing good
Great.
work here.
Thank you so much.
And
I
Carol,
personally have been on dates with a lot of Johns.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you know John intimately, so I'm really interested to see what John does. Carol, can you sort of describe yourself to us?
Yeah. Carol, about 41. She's She was a corporate attorney, but she gave it up, to have kids and really devote herself to them. She's got twins, Astrid and Piper. They're in kindergarten. And really, she's going to set them off on the right course. There's French immersion classes coming up. She's got to make sure that they get in because otherwise their life is going to fall apart. But she's really, like, I would say that she probably dresses like Brooklyn chic mom. She's still trying to hold it together. She's still got one foot in the world as far as she's concerned, even though she hasn't worked in like 5 years. But she loves her kids. She loves her kids. She loves her kids.
She's setting them up for success.
Yeah, she's setting them up for success. Her husband is completely on board when he's home, which is seldom because he travels a lot for work. His job was important. It was best that she give up hers. But he's like a CEO, and they see him maybe once a month. It's once a month or so.
I mean, that seems like a fair amount.
It seems fair. She loves her life. She gets to garden in the backyard, and Astrid and Piper are just her world. Really, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Great. So y'all find yourselves in this foyer, this very, very yellow foyer. What do you want to do?
This is the part that's stressful.
The natural impulse would be to go exactly where Yikea wants you to go, which is up the escalator into the main section.
I can say that John would like to look at the map.
Yes, so there is a map to the right. I'm going to need you to give me a roll to look at that map.
I have a die in hand, like a real person. I got a 2.
The Yikea rolled a 1. So you look at the map, and you can see the outline of the Yikea, but you can't really read any of the writing. Like, you're not sure
because of the 40. Mm-hmm.
The 40 is definitely not helping. But, like, you can't really necessarily tell if it's Swedish or not, but you're, like, pretty certain that it's Swedish. And you may wonder, or you may not, why a map in Yikea in America is in Swedish. But, why would you care? So your girlfriend has just taken herself, she's already on the escalator, she's twiddling on her phone. So what do? Do you follow her?
Yes. I try to overtake her and move quicker than she is.
To show your eagerness and your, like, dedication to being here.
And my hope to be done fast.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah.
Carol.
Yes.
Carol, are you moving forward? What are you doing?
I need to speak to a manager.
Okay.
So, yes.
So, roll to speak to the manager.
I got a 5.
The Yikea rolled a 6. So the Yikea has I'm gonna actually build out the Yikea as a character for y'all. So the Yikea now has manager 2. So if at any point you try and approach a manager, just know that the Yikea is gonna be rolling 2 dice.
Okay.
Carol marked down a point of XP. So you can use that XP when you succeed on a roll to change a dice to a 6 if you would like to build out your skills.
Okay.
And I'm helping keep track of that as well for y'all. So you have the thought like, oh, I need to speak to a manager. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, pops a very pleasant looking man. He's got a nice short cropped hair, very nice blue eyes, very, very pale blonde hair. He is wearing a blue shirt and khakis that aren't so much khaki as they are like a yellowish khaki, but kind of works. And he looks at you and he says, "Hello, ma'am. Welcome to Yikea. What can I do for you today?"
I don't want to go through everything. I need to know where the children's section is. Directly.
Excellent. If you go up these steps here and you continue following the arrows, which are clearly marked, and he demonstrates, and you see on the ground there are in fact little arrows pointing you down the main aisle, you will find it in the very last section of the upstairs before you take the the downstairs to the market hall. Do be aware, there are several shortcuts. So look for the shortcut in the dining room area. Is there anything else I can do to assist you and encourage you to buy things today?
We're just not going to talk about why you didn't give me a list of shortcuts instead of just telling me to go, but that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Do you have enough?
There are maps in every room for your perusal. And as soon as you look down and look up, he's just gone. She's just not there anymore. There's no manager to talk to. So do you move up the escalator behind John and his girlfriend?
Yes, but I cursed the entire time.
Fair enough. You may find, give me a roll for cursing.
Woo! A 6!
The Yikea also rolled a 6. So you do in fact curse. What would you like your skill to be in? It can just be in cursing, but you can specify the kind of cursing if you would like.
I would like to specify motherfucker.
So you have motherfucker 2.
Thank you.
What a beautiful first skill for everyone to start on. The thing is, though, because the Yikea also rolled a 6, that you say motherfucker and it comes out weirdly garbled. Like, it's very clear from your intonation and the syllables to anyone listening exactly what you're saying, but they don't necessarily hear motherfucker. Very strange. Betsy.
Yes.
What's up, my love? This is your home, your place you're familiar with. What are you doing?
Well, my question is, what time of day are we at? Did I miss that while I was getting the software handled?
The Yikea exists in all places and at all times.
Okay. So I'm feeling this is kind of the start of my day. And at the start of my day, I enjoy doing a little bit of a fresh dumpster dive. I want to go outside the Yikea and see what bits and bobs they might have gotten rid of that I might be fond of, that I might have been using, that they could have just thrown away willy-nilly. So I think I'd like to do that.
So you would like to try and exit. Are you trying to exit the Yikea out of this front door, or are you trying to find like a back entrance or something? How do you want to accomplish this?
Let's do a back entrance kind of situation.
Okay.
I know my way around pretty well, and I enjoy air conditioning, so.
Looking for the back door.
Thank you, Karen.
So, Betsy.
I'm a child.
Give me a roll to see if you know, given your expertise of living at Yikea, where the back door is.
Okay.
It's funny every time.
I rolled a 3.
The Yikea rolled a 6. So the Yikea is taking no exit to. So, Betsy, you have a point, you have 1 experience point, and you feel compelled to go up the escalator, and you are actually going to stumble up, and you are going to kind of bump into Carol here with your big 80s style bag on the escalator.
Oh, awesome.
So, Carol, you feel this, like, person who, like, looks really cool but kind of smells a little bit bad, bumps into you with her giant, like, what are you doing bringing that big of a bag into a retail establishment? Backpack / modified Yikea bag, which is kind of cool. Like, it took some work to do
I feel
this.
like a cool Brooklyn mom and my cottagecore ass would probably kind of vibe, at least for a second.
Yeah. For a second, yes. Till the smell hit me.
Right.
Till the smell hit me. I don't know that this is really where I want to go.
You know, my religion is against deodorant, and I'm not going to apologize for that.
Do you say that to Carol when she makes a face at your smell?
Yes. Yes, very much so.
Carol, what is your response to this insistent lack of deodorant?
You're out in public. You're out in public. Did your mother teach you nothing? What is wrong with you? Also, where did you get that bag?
Well, I make couture bags. It's one of my hustles that I have. And this is my latest design. I call it the aerobicize because it looks very much like, those like jazzercise women from the 80s, like real retro. You know what I mean?
Yes, but do you take American Express?
I do have a square.
I think we're good. What time of year is it? Because I could probably order like 10 as like gifts for later. You know what? I'll just store them. So I'm going to make an order for 20 and then I'm going to send them out for Christmas. It's going to be beautiful. People are going to love me.
That. I love that.
Y'all are at the top of the stairs. And Carol, I would like you and Betsy to roll off for the salesmanship to see how good a deal you get and how much money Betsy gets. And the closer your rolls are to one another, the better.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a 4.
I rolled 1.
So, Carol, you get a great deal on these bags. Like, you're like, man, maybe you should increase your order by like another 10 because you could give these as gifts to everybody.
Or
and
bribes
so cool.
to the PTA.
The PTA
Yeah.
meet. Oh man, it's all coming
I
together.
I can fill this with organic fruit. It'd be beautiful.
So, Carol, if you want to use your point of XP to make this a skill that you have of some kind, you can. You don't have to. You can save that XP for later.
I'm going to save it. it.
So, you're both, everybody has arrived in living rooms. John, you and your girlfriend are sort of halfway through. You're in sort of the first bend of living rooms. Betsy and Carol, you are both kind of doing that thing where you get off of the escalator and you kind of keep walking as you're talking to one another. So you are sort of making your way through the living rooms. John, what's up? What's going on? What are you doing? How's your girlfriend?
I think it's important that you understand what I smell like because we're talking about that. And it's a very expensive cologne because John is an accountant, not a TikTok accountant in real life, even though he thinks he's a punk. So although he's wearing his like fake Sonic Youth shirt and his like very tight jeans, he still smells like $400 cologne.
So it smells awful is what you're saying.
Very bad, but he smells expensive.
Exactly, yes.
But he's still at Yikea, which, fine. So John and his girlfriend are in the living room section, currently looking at a dining room table, and she is talking a lot about these dinner parties that she's very excited to have, especially like with his coworkers and with her coworkers, kind of cohabitating now that they're going to live together. And John is trying to find a chair to sit down in and is pretty excited to get to the sofas.
Great. So give me a roll to find a good chair for John to sit in.
3.
A 4.
Oh, shit.
So you get 1 point of XP, but you find a chair, and it's right next to the salesperson stand. And a salesperson looks at you and says, "Hello, sir. What can we do for you today?"
Well, you could tell me how quickly it will take for us to get to the meatballs.
Ah, yes, the meatballs. One of our #1 sellers. You should absolutely buy some meatballs. The meatballs are located downstairs, through the checkout, through the self-serve area in the IKEA Swedish Food Mart. And all of a sudden you hear a ding! And if you look down, there's now some orangey, kind of reddish arrows that occasionally are interrupted by these round meatball-looking stickers with a smiley face.
Sure. Yep. Get me to the meatballs.
What do you do?
I look at the stickers and I start following them.
Give me a roll for basically impulse control. IKEA rolled a 3.
I rolled a 6.
Ooh, a 6. So you absolutely are going to be following these. What do you want your sort of skill to be in this situation? It can be meatball related, it can be impulse control related, it can be following related, whatever kind of fits.
I think that my skill should be avoidance. Because really by following the meatballs, I'm avoiding the girlfriend.
You are absolutely correct. So you have avoidance 2.
So it's just like every dude I date on Tinder.
I mean, it's a smart move. Let's be real.
No.
So John starts making his way through, and you find yourself at the threshold of living rooms and living room storage. And you pause for a second to take in all of these cabinets and these cases that you can buy and like display cases. And it's like kind of overwhelming, the amount of things that you can use to store other shit. And it's New York, so like this is both premium, but also you have no space. What are you supposed to do with this? It's overwhelming. Carol and Betsy, you have made, Betsy, I mean, you've basically made the sale of your lifetime. Maybe at the end of this, you could potentially move out of the Yikea. Who knows? Who knows?
Why would I want to, though? Everything I want is here.
Fucking fair. Very fair. Feast on those meatballs at night. Carol, you think that the PTA election is probably, you've come in clutch. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be able to compare with the purchase you just made, which it wasn't even through Yikea.
Exactly. I'm nailing it.
You're doing real good.
Winning at life.
You are, as y'all have sort of meandered through, you bump into the back of this dude who stopped in the middle of the walkway, staring at the storage for living rooms. What happens? He smells like very expensive ass.
And I'm not going to say that I'm going to push him, but I may possibly just move him with my hands forcefully out of my way.
With authority.
Well, with the authority of a future PTA member. Absolutely.
Future PTA president, but yes.
John, how do you feel about this?
I don't give a shit. I just move over. That's fine.
So
I don't want to be here anyway.
Give me a contested roll, Carol, for your authoritative moving, and John for your not giving a shit.
6.
2.
I'm doing well today.
You are.
John, you now have a skill that's basically not giving a shit. Is that the name of the skill?
Yes. Do not care. The skill is... Actually, let's make the skill ennui, just to be a pretentious asshole.
Ennui 2 for John.
Great. This feels just like my therapy.
Carol, you have 2 experience points to use in the future. And this guy just kind of moves, but you get the sense that he's moving because he does not care about you, which, like, rude. Does he not know that you are the mother of twins, a PTA member who just made the deal of her lifetime? Go off, queen. Go off.
Before I go off, am I adding an XP or is it 2 more XP?
It's 1 XP, so you have a total of 2 XP right now.
Okay. Good. Oh, you were keeping track too. Good.
Mhm.
So, can I use my skill?
Absolutely, please use your skill on John.
Motherfucker. You need to move out of my motherfucking way. Move. Do you not understand, motherfucker? I have shit to do. Move out of my motherfucking way.
So, Carol, please give me a motherfucker roll 2. And John, I'm going to guess you're going to you can choose avoidance or ennui to counter
I was
this.
going to use avoidance. Straight up use my avoidance skill.
So both of you roll 2 dice, and whoever has the highest total will win.
8.
Hold on. 12.
Ugh.
So, John, you are stuck listening.
Oh, no. 7.
Oh.
Sorry, it's
Wait.
It was like 7.
Oh.
So, John, this woman who looks like a mom, like she belongs in the PTA, starts just ranting at you, and you kind of just melt away. And Carol, you glance down to really just wind up, and you look up, and there's no one there, except right next to you is poor Betsy. Does she catch the end of this rant that has nowhere to go now?
No, because I still need those bags from her.
That's a really good point.
I can't go.
So give me a roll to end your rant before it actually hits Betsy. Betsy, give me a contested roll to end that.
Okay.
One die, yes.
Yes, just 1 die. Because I don't think your motherfucker will help here. It is actively the problem at this point.
1.
Okay. I have 4.
So Betsy, you see this like anger start to move to you, and what do? You get to avoid it in some way.
I dip behind the organization section, and I don one of my disguises, of course, so I can slip away unnoticed.
Do you want to use your experience point to make this a skill?
Yes.
Okay, what do you want to call it? Is it Dawn Disguises? Is it Disguise Self? What do you want to call it?
I want to call it Incognito.
Ooh, I like it. So, Betsy now has Incognito.
Yeah,
too.
dude.
I'm disappearing in this IKEA. Every time I look at somebody disappear.
And Carol, you're just like left alone looking around. And then all of a sudden, with like a weird popping noise, each one of you all of a sudden has a salesperson standing next to you with a robotic smile saying, "Hello, what can I help you buy today?"
Me?
Yes.
I need an easel. I need a special easel. It needs to be imported wood. I need it to come from a Norwegian, like the northern Norwegian section of the forest. I need it to come from a tree that had once had fairies that lived in it, but then all the fairies died. I need the easel to be that particular easel and only that, because Astrid is allergic to anything else.
We do not have a profile on this Astrid that you speak of. Please follow me and tell me about Astrid.
Astrid. Well, I mean, Piper is lovely, but Astrid may be my favorite. If a mother had favorites, I do not, but Astrid's probably my favorite. She is gifted. She is gorgeous. She's absolutely beautiful. And when her eyes straighten out, everyone is going to love her. She speaks with a lisp now, but that lisp is just so that she can lure you in with her brilliance. She looks at colors and she doesn't see color. She doesn't know what red looks like or blue. We've had her taken to the doctor and they said that it probably won't change anytime soon, but she is gifted. Let me tell you, if you've ever heard cats beating themselves outside your window, that is the sound of the music that Astrid makes. on the weekends. She is a joy and a delight. I've only taught her curse words, so that's all she says to people, but she says them in such a way that you feel special inside that this 5-year-old is cursing your ass out. Oh, she's the perfect child.
Give me a roll to see if you overwhelm the IKEA worker with your torrent of genius details about her. The IKEA rolled a 2.
1.
So you are now at the threshold of dining rooms and kitchens, and you've paused, and it takes a minute for you to be like, oh wait, why have we stopped walking? And you realize that the salesperson, the very kind of strangely robotic salesperson, has stopped at a monitor and is typing up basically everything you say. And when you get a glimpse at the computer monitor, they have a picture of Astrid, and they are very clearly creating a customer profile of Astrid. This might not be good. John, you slipped away deeper into living room storage than you ever really intended to go in your attempts to get away from this woman who just like went off on you. So you were kind of shoved into a corner of living room storage, and all of a sudden you turn to your right and you go, wow, because right here is a person with a robotic face smiling at you, saying, hello, welcome to IKEA. What can we encourage you to buy today?
Wow, Yikea has robots? Shit.
I am technically an autonomous being.
Sure.
What can I get you to buy today?
We just need a couch, and then we're done. It's just a couch.
Oh. A couch. A couch. Couch. This is not my department. How do you respond to the sudden voice of Satan that comes out of this strangely smiling person whose eyes go red, and then all of a sudden, the smile is back?
Punk rock, punk rock, punk rock. Cool, 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 cool.
Do you try to avoid again?
No, I think that John is super fucking into this because this is the most interesting thing to happen. So I think John is like, great, let's talk about some shit.
So John wants to talk it out.
John wants to have some talk with this robot thing.
Give me a roll to see how well we talk this out. Yikea rolled a 5.
Yes. I rolled a 4. John is a 4.
So you now have 2 points of XP. And the IKEA says, let me transfer you to sofas. And you hear almost like a whirring sound. It goes, and all of a sudden, time and space kind of seems to warp, and you end up in a place with a lot of beds. These aren't couches, they're kind of big couches, but like, you're no longer surrounded by storage. You're surrounded by soft mattresses and very modernist sort of architecture, and they're definitely beds. Like, why are you in bedrooms now?
Great. I think that I am slightly concerned over the fact that my girlfriend is somewhere in the store and I keep getting transferred places, but also like not concerned enough to go back and find her.
I mean, to be fair,
like, she's fine. She doesn't really notice that I'm gone.
Well, she does seem to be like cruising at her own speed. It's true. So
yeah, she's like very fine. Well, I just find a comfortable one and I lay down on it.
Cool.
I figure she'll find me at some point.
Give me a roll to see exactly how this goes. A 4 for Yikea.
A 5 for John.
So what exactly do you want to happen here? Do you just want to find a cool place to like chill and hang out until she comes by? Or are you trying to take a nap? Like, what is the scope of John's greatest hopes?
I think that in John's heart, he's going to find that little monkey dude that used to hang out in the Ikea with the sweater. You know, the Yikea monkey. But what really happens is he just wants to like sit on this couch and will time to pass. Really leaning into that ennui of his character.
Cool. Do you want to use any of your XP to make this sort of wasting passing time? Or are you just gonna...
I'm gonna save it.
Cool.
Who knows what we're gonna need?
You drape yourself rather like bro dude artistically on the bed.
Perfect. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And the comforting scent of your very expensive cologne just kind of wafts around you, and you feel, you know, kind of held and cherished in this bed that you found. And it's not a bad bed. It's not the worst. Like, you could afford better, but as far as IKEA beds go,
like, it's fine.
Good job, John. Good job.
Well, he won't buy a better one though, because that means that people would know that he has money.
Oh, but yeah, we're not letting people know that. That's why we're in IKEA in the first place.
He has like fancy bed money? No.
Betsy. Are you still called Betsy?
No, I'm not.
What do we call you now? What is this disguise that you have donned for us?
My name is Iris, and I am a starseed.
Iris Starseed.
I read auras. I read life energies. And I'm very overwhelmed by the amount of people around me, especially this employee who has entered my auric field.
And tell me,
And
give me a roll to tell me what that auric field is, looks like, and does. Yikea,
It's a 4.
right? Yikea rolled a 3. So you look at this employee, and you've never, ever seen an aura like this one before. Like, what? It looks like nothing, but very much like nothing is weighing down on a person who maybe used to exist, is the best way to describe it.
Like their aura has been diminished.
It's been diminished, but also it's being kind of chewed through by something.
Oh, wow.
So what?
Oh, wow.
And this employee looks at you and says, "Hello, welcome to IKEA. What can I convince you to buy today?"
I think that I need to go to the home decor, candles, aromatherapy. We need to get some nice sage and lavender moving about the space so we can clear it out a little bit and I can fully understand what's happening with you. Because I don't know if you know, but your aura is very compressed. And that's not healthy.
The IKEA employee's face goes even more rictus. They kind of go, "That is not my department." Give me a roll to see if you succumb to the IKEA's influence. The IKEA rolled a 1.
Okay, I got a 4.
So you feel the world ripple around you. And you
Okay.
get a glimpse of rows and rows and rows of candle, of like some really cheap potpourri that all smells exactly the opposite of how it should smell. You kind of get bounced around the whole of IKEA, and then all of a sudden you find yourself looking down upon a gentleman just trying to waste his best time. And then you just fall straight on top of John.
Like on him?
Yes.
Physically?
On him. Physically onto the bed. John, you were just having like a great time, not worrying about anything, and all of a sudden, this slightly bad smelling person who you've never seen before, appears ahead of you, and you go, oh. Iris.
Yes. Let
Give
it be
me a
known
roll.
that my disguise is very, I wish I was Stevie Nicks.
I mean, absolutely.
Brain.
John, you do have avoidance too.
Yes, I was about to jump into avoidance.
So, Iris, if you can give me a roll to either, it is your call whether or not you want to land on John, or if you are trying to avoid John. John, I assume, is trying to be avoided completely.
Yes, and do I roll twice?
You roll 2 dice for your avoidance.
Okay, great. For avoidance.
And Iris, decide and roll 1 dice to make that happen.
Okay. I'm going to go for the drama of it, and I want to fall on him.
I would have been shocked if you'd chosen differently.
I rolled a 5.
Well, I mean,
A 5 total.
I do have incognito,
Yes.
so, I could have tried to use my power, but I have a 5.
Ooh. So,
Oh,
John,
shit.
Yeah.
you basically fall on your side of the bed, but John, you are kind of a little bit over. So Iris falls like half on you and half not on you. And you're left both staring at each other across the sham pillows, looking deeply and soulfully into one another's eyes. And I'm going to need you both to make a roll for basically not falling in relationship with one another.
In
Great.
relationship.
In relationship. Like, fuck the girlfriend I came to Ikea with. I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 3.
So Ikea rolled a 2, which means, John, you now have 3 points. You have
Of XP?
3 XP. Iris, you succeed. So you just see this kind of like blandly handsome dude. John, like, Iris has
That's fine looking.
Iris has something going on. Like, she's intriguing. She has the mystique. This may be what you came to Ikea for.
Sure.
So
Into
you are
it.
now strangely drawn to Iris. You want to know all of Iris's secrets. You want to get to know her. You want to know why she's here.
Stop.
Carol.
Mm.
What's up, Carol?
I'm just wandering around and not understanding why no one will just send me where I need to be. There's just people asking me questions and no one will just direct me to where. I said I didn't want to walk through everything, and yet here we are.
Fair enough. You know what Ikea's going to do? Ikea's going to roll manager 2 to send a manager to you. Can you justify using your motherfucker too?
Always? There's always. do I need to?
Yes. So if you can justify using your motherfucker, you can roll 2 die. The Ikea rolled a 6 and a 4 for a total of 10.
Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna roll. I've rolled a 1 and a 2 for a total of 3.
So the manager shows up, just like pops up right behind you and says, "Ma'am, I have heard that you are displeased with our services, and it is stopping you from buying things. How may I be of service?"
I just need an easel. A wooden easel. I need it to have come from like the dreams of a unicorn.
Yes,
On all
for dear Astrid.
Yes, for Astrid.
Your Astrid.
For dear Astrid.
Please,
My Astrid.
please follow me. And weirdly, the manager doesn't seem to be walking so much as gliding through the store, and you have to kind of hurry to keep up with. Now that you think about it, you cannot tell the gender of the manager. They are very androgynous. They are very just a worker at Ikea. And you all pause as you come to the bedrooms and you see two people laying upon the same bed. And the manager pauses and says, "Sir and madam, the beds are not for sharing until you have bought them. Would you like to buy this bed?" Would you like to buy this bed?
I don't want to overdo this, but I think we lean into the avoidance.
So we're gonna roll manager. Actually, you know what? The manager's gonna roll no exit too for your avoidance too. And Iris, what is your response to this offer?
Well, mine, of course, is no thank you because all of these beds are mine. They just don't know it.
So you roll 1 dice.
Okay.
I rolled double 6s.
Wow. So the IKEA rolled a 1 and a 2. So, because you rolled double 6s, you now get to take avoidance and get some sort of subset of avoidance at level 3. So you can roll 3 dice. What specifically is your skill that came from avoidance?
Oh, fuck. I already have avoidance and I have ennui. What else could I possibly
You could do
need?
like... You could do something
Shit.
like,
Can I like have magic? Can I like legitimately disappear and reappear? Is that allowed?
Yeah, you can have disappear 3. You can have...
Yeah, I think like being able to like fully disappear into like thin air and come back would be really rad.
So do you want...
Ooh, Bullshit in the chat has a good idea, and I might steal it, which is that what about a charisma thing? Like I could charm people a lot. Or can I just like, this is gonna be bad, but can I just like white man people and like
You could absolutely
that be-
white man 3.
done. White man 3.
White man 3.
That's the one. That's the one. We're white man 3ing.
So white man 3 with your double 6s.
I feel like you could get away with a lot with white man 3. So
yes.
I've always wondered.
So you basically go no and walk away, and everyone's very pleased. Like, oh, we did a thing.
Perfect.
And you are headed straight into wardrobes and storage because your lot in life seems to be hanging out in various storage places. Iris,
Feels right.
as soon as John Whitemans himself out of the situation, everyone's attention just focuses on you. And for somebody who is an incognito person, this seems like very deeply uncomfortable.
A little bit. So what do I do? How many people are around me right now?
It's Carol,
3?
for whom you have made... No, John has white manned himself into wardrobe and storage.
Right.
Carol is, like, dead determined to get to this easel for her favorite child. And the manager is just looking at you with this politely bland look that very much radiates from it as if they had a thought bubble coming out from their head. What can I get you to buy today?
Okay. And they're still asking if I want to buy the bed.
Do you want to buy this bed?
Unfortunately, I do not. It does not resonate correctly with my chakras.
All of a sudden, the manager is in your face saying, well, then what do you want to buy?
Oh, God. What do I want to buy? I mean, let's see.
Never got my bags.
I can't read it on the screen. I think it's the same one that had the charisma thing. I can't afford some pretty awesome stuff since I have 20 bags worth of money from Carol. Let's see here. You know what? I think I'd like to buy some artwork.
What bags did you sell by?
This was before I met you. I need this aggressive.
There
these
was no
microaggressions
time
that you're throwing
before
at me.
you met me.
A little less.
Give me a roll to try and like talk your way out of this.
Okay.
The IKEA is going to use manager 2 because they're the manager.
Yeah. I got a 5.
The IKEA rolled 2 ones. So, all of a sudden you both realize the manager appears to be glitching in real time. And it's just asking you, what bags, what sell, what buy, what bags, what sell, what buy, what bags, what sell, what buy. And with each repetition, this shit gets scarier and scarier. Carol and Isis, Iris, what are you doing?
I think I would be kind enough to be trying to gather up Karen here and, getting us away from this glitchy thing. Maybe not notifying anyone per se. I figure that is more Carol's expertise, is to yell at people that have broken things. But I do care about people. I would like to vacate the premises.
So, Carol, Iris is trying to be like, girl, we gotta go. What is your response to this?
My response is to put both hands on the manager's shoulders, shake it, and continue to ask if it has a manager above it. And can I speak to that manager? And can they make this whole easel thing happen now?
Can you justify using motherfucker on this?
Oh, ways.
Please do. Please do.
I got a 2 and a 2 for.
Well, you're way too in character.
So the IKEA rolled a 3 and a 3.
Oh.
So you try and sort of shake the Yikea into doing the manager into doing what it's supposed to do, and all of a sudden it snaps, and you see somebody look at you with wide eyes, and it says, "This isn't right. You shouldn't buy something now." And all of a sudden, you hear chanting coming from the various places that you just walked through saying, "They haven't bought, they haven't bought, they haven't selected, and they haven't bought, they haven't bought. Select something." And the manager is looking at you with wide, soulless eyes. And Iris, what do you do with this information?
It may be time to turn back into Betsy and try to throw them off my very pungent scent a little bit.
So you're gonna try and reverse incognito yourself.
Well, I mean, it's my day-to-day life. I am a survivor. I live off the land.
Am I still in a relationship with Betsy, or is it just with Iris?
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
We'll get to that when you see
I skipped ahead. I'm so sorry.
Iris again, because that's a very good and salient question. So, Betsy, tell me how you de-incognito yourself, and can you justify using incognito to de-incognito yourself?
I feel that Carol has bought my trust, considering she's bought 20 bags from me. And I'm getting a little concerned for our safety. So I'm just going to kind of do it right there, strip naked in the middle of the aisle.
Sure.
And just, get back in my regular stuff and be like, I don't think that this is what we should be doing right now. If
Cool.
you want to have your 20 bags delivered to you and get your money's worth, I think we need to get out of this perimeter, and I think we need to figure out what's going on.
The Yikea is going to counter this with no exit. No exit 2. So roll your incognito to like de-incognito yourself.
Oh my god. Okay.
So 2 versus 2.
5.
A 6 and a 2 for a total of 8 for the Yikea.
Okay. I got 5, and do I just roll the 1?
You roll 2 for you're using
okay.
incognito to de-incognito.
Okay, so 2, so 7.
So you get 1 point of you fail at this, and so you were just naked. You were just naked standing there. Your clothes are strewn around you. The only thing you're wearing is your bag. And the Yikea looks at you, and the manager looks at you and goes, "You!" And you have been discovered, Betsy.
No!
Carol, there is a random naked lady standing right by you who looks vaguely familiar. And you realize this is the person who, like, sold you all of those bags at the very beginning. But she was definitely wearing clothes. She smells the same. She 100% smells the same. The clothes do not help with any of that. But, like, you bought so many bags off this person, and they were going to be your piece de resistance for the PTA elections. And what the fuck?
I mean, it's still Brooklyn though, because this is actually like the best possible way to have it. Because now I have a story to go along with the bags.
Right, like, look, if this had been on the subway, no one would have blinked an eye. But you're in an Ikea, and this person has just gotten like naked. And Betsy, what do you say to your, basically at this point, your patron? Because, like, shit has clearly hit the fan, and this is not the normal Ikea night. What is your advice?
No, it is not. I will say no refunds.
You say what?
No
refunds.
So, Carol, you're really getting a deal here because you're getting Naked Betsy for free for no additional cost of your bags.
I did not bring singles. So there you go.
I mean, you should carry singles everywhere. If there's one thing I've learned from listening to the Bring Singles show, is that you should absolutely bring singles everywhere.
You should watch that every other Friday from 10 to 11. I know who I am, and it's a person who will just intersperse whatever plugs I need to put in.
Carol, what's your response to all of these shenanigans? Because, like, you still haven't gotten your easel.
I don't have my easel. I don't have my bags from this naked woman, and this IKEA clearly needs some kind of management. So I believe that I will take the shirt off the nearest salesperson, preferably the one that says manager on it. I will take it, and since everybody else is getting naked, I will change my very sensible shirt to become the manager here and put things in order at this godforsaken IKEA. Because obviously they need the skills of a soon-to-be PTA president to put shit in order.
Very clearly, that is true. This very much, I mean, I feel like becoming a manager is 100% a subset of being a motherfucker. So, contested role, the Yikea manager, and your motherfucker. The Yikea rolled a 1 and a 2.
I rolled a 6 and a 3. Thank you very much, motherfucker. Thank you.
Carol.
Motherfucking you.
Carol,
Motherfucking you.
do you want to
Get your ass in
use
line.
your singular XP point to increase your skill to whatever
XP.
You have 2, so down to 1.
Oh. Yes, I do. Yes, I would like to use one. Yes.
What should we call this skill of yours?
This isn't even her final form.
Oh no, I feel like Carol's final form is in fact a Karen. But we have a few steps to go to get there.
Yeah.
Except for Karen. Good Karen.
This is my this form would be middle management 2.
This would actually be middle management 3.
Middle management 3. Middle
Oh
management.
shit!
Yes. So not enough power to actually do anything, but just a little too much to really be thinking really highly of myself. I'm smelling my own. Yes.
No idea how helpful this might come in the future. So Carol goes full middle manager on the Yikea manager. And you actually, as you rip the shirt off of their body and put the shirt on yourself, you actually tap into something and you realize, shit, the Yikea wants all of my money and my soul. And the manager starts turning into a human being. Sans shirt, a scrawny, male-presenting, kind of nerdish, nevish body. And they look around. He looks up and goes, "What's the date? What is going on? Why? I quit this job 2 months ago." Betsy? We kicked you out like 5 times. Why are you still here? We did it for your own good.
I think you should be more concerned about why am I naked.
I mean,
I forgot you were naked already.
Betsy, we've all seen you naked. We've all seen you naked after hours. This is like, I mean, please put clothes on. Like, don't take this as a reason to not put clothes on. But we've also seen you naked before. And like, we need to run. Have you tried going back? And he turns around and he starts running. And he gets to the entrance of kitchens and smacks into an invisible barrier and bounces it off. And is just laying there without a shirt on, completely dazed. It doesn't look like you can backtrack through the Yikea, but you can try if you want to. Oh, what do y'all do? Also, John, you are close enough that you hear all of this going on. Do you care?
I think I do care because I think Iris is back there and we're in relationship now.
That's true.
And
so do you turn around and do you follow the sounds of chaos?
well, if a white man is going to do anything, it's going to interfere when maybe he shouldn't. So we're going to say yes.
Cool. So you're going to White Man 3, and Yikea is going to no exit to you. So roll 3 dice to Ikea's 2. Yikea rolled 2 ones.
I got 12.
So you can tell as you walk through various barriers that, like, you are not supposed to be here. Nobody really wants you or needs you here, but, like, do you care? Fuck no, you don't care.
No.
Absolutely. Like, who could not use you? Who could not want you? And as you round the corner, you see a naked woman just standing in the middle of bedrooms. You see PTA President Carol standing over this woman, kind of looking down like, are you fucking kidding me? And you see this, like, extremely skinny, pale, pasty, wide-eyed person laying spread eagle on the ground, clearly having tried to gone into kitchens and failed. So I need you to give me a roll to see if you recognize Betsy/Iris. Betsy, you can choose if you want to if you can justify using your incognito to maybe let him know. I don't know what you feel about John knowing you, because that's scary. So basically, is this a contested role, or is this get as close to each other as possible kind of a role?
Let's lean in close as possible.
I rolled a 2.
Oh, so 2 ones?
I'm supposed to roll twice.
Let's see, you have avoidance, ennui, and white man. If there's any way that you can justify using any of those to recognize Iris in her,
I mean, I feel like I could white man I feel like white man is such a blanket thing. Like white men, like, get what they want whenever they want it.
So you can roll 3 to Betsy's
That worked?
incognito
Okay.
2.
Seven.
Betsy, did you roll 2 for incognito? What did you get?
I got a 5 and a 1.
So
6 and 7.
6 and 7, that's very close. John, you kind of look and you're like, you know what? I only saw Betsy or Iris once. And like, I'm not 100% sure that that's Iris, but like, I think that's
But I got
Iris.
that feeling.
I think that's Iris.
Yeah.
So, you know what? It's worth taking a shot on. So Betsy,
I'm gonna white man this.
a white man sidles up to you and is like, what do you do? How do you do you offer her hand up? Do you think that you're a feminist, ergo you can help yourself up? Like, how do you white man this situation? And yes, as Derek points out, please don't forget to mansplain to everyone around you.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get this right. So I walk up and I explain to Iris, who is actually Betsy, who is actually Iris, that I'm certain that she's both people, that we had a love affair, and that we are just, everything about this is correct. I obviously need her consent, and I want her to like me back. I am a punk who like lives in this world, and I want her to like be all there. But at the end of the day, like, she obviously likes me. I have very expensive cologne on. I have very good taste in music.
The best taste in music. If one
I have the best taste in music, and I liked all of the bands that she's heard of, but I knew about them before her.
Absolutely, you did.
Yeah.
Carol, can I just ask you, how do you feel about witnessing this semi-grotesque love story happening in front of you in the Yikea?
These people need to buy something because they are holding off this entire situation. It's time for them to buy something.
You know what? You're not wrong. So Carol's gonna come in with her middle manager 3, and what do y'all have to resist middle manager Carol? Because, like, to be honest, Carol, what is a PTA president but the ultimate middle manager?
Thank you.
God. Well, I have avoidance too, so I'm gonna jump to my trusty avoidance.
All right, I've got my middle management 3.
And Betsy, do you want to try and sneak away and go incognito from both this white man's attention and this middle manager trying to convince you to buy something from where you fucking live?
Right. Absolutely. And I've got dose.
Oh.
So what did everyone roll?
I rolled 2
I
4s,
got
so
double deuces, so 4.
I rolled a 2, 6, and a 4.
So Carol effectively middle manages both of you. So both John and Betsy get an experience point. So John, you're up to 4 experience point, and Betsy, you're up to, I think, 3.
I feel like
3.
I should just collect them and see what happens.
And you feel compelled to continue on, specifically to the children's section to go look at some easels.
Oh, yes.
John, do you try
Yes.
and take Betsy/Iris's hand as you both follow the pointed arrows on the ground?
There's nothing I like better than PDA.
That does not surprise me, Mr. White Man. Betsy, how do you feel about this attempt at PDA?
I'm willing to go with it until I figure out a way to spirit myself away. So I'm okay with it.
So John and Betsy, y'all are holding hands as you make your way through bedrooms. John, you're very drawn to wardrobes and storage. Like, there's
Yes.
a part of you that really, really wants to pause here. But Betsy kind of keeps walking and draws you along. And you, as a white man, a gallant white man no less,
Yes,
allow
of
yourself
course.
to be drawn into the Hall of Mirrors, where your reflection is shown back at you. And Betsy, you've seen auras before. Give me a roll against Yikea to see the auras of everyone around you. Just do a 1-to-1 roll.
Okay, I got a 4.
I rolled a 1 again. We did high rolls at the beginning. We're doing low rolls here in the middle. When you look around, you see from John that everything about John's aura seems exaggerated, bigger than it should be. Like, it's all there naturally, but like somebody did an exponential, like, to the 3rd power of this. And then when you look at Carol, you can see that Carol is starting to look like that one employee you saw whose like actual soul started being compressed. Not there yet. Like, very clearly Carol is still the driving force, but you can see that nothingness starting to kind of eat at parts of Carol's soul.
Right.
Do you want to spend an experience point and make your sort of reading auras a skill that you have?
I do.
Okay. So we'll take this down to 2. And what would you call this ability?
I'm going to call it Indigo Child.
Thank you for going there. I like really appreciate the fact that you went there. So you are Indigo Child 2.
Amazing.
Beautiful. I love it. You can go so many places with it. My fave. What do you do with this information that you now have, though? Because you haven't shared it yet. That's just like purely in your brain. How do you get it? Do you exteriorize it? Do you keep it to yourself? Like, how are you feeling?
I think that I am concerned for Carol. So I'm going to ask how she's feeling.
So Carol, this person that you spent a lot of money with at the top of this has just asked you how you're doing, and you are very middle managery. Give me a middle manager roll against manager 2 of Yikea. So you get to roll 3, and I'm only rolling 2. Are you joking? I rolled a 2 and a 1.
I rolled a 6, a 3, and a 3.
So I think you have you only have 1 experience point. Do you have 2?
I have 1.
Okay, so you have 1, so you can't change all of those into 6s. If you had 2, you could have done a thing. So when Betsy raises this point, you feel like, oh yeah, something's real wrong here. What's going on? What do you do?
I look inside my purse, which I still keep with me because I'm a lady.
You've only put the
and
shirt on. You still have everything you came in with. Absolutely.
I don't trust these people. I take out a Xanax to calm myself and really just figure out where I am in my life.
You pop the Xanax, it proliferates
Pop a Xanny.
through you, and you're like, man, that Xanny high, it's real great. Do you take the shirt off? Do you keep it on? Like, what's your now that you have like a little bit of Xanax clarity to you, what do you do?
I keep it on, but I refigure it so it's a little bit more more my style. Some darts maybe at the top, there, and maybe just like a little applique along the collar. I make it more mine, so because I'm also not about to give up power at the same time.
So Betsy, you are a designer of things. You're very good at this. You see that Carol's starting to try and make this manager uniform like fit her physique instead of the really just boxy androgynous look that they're going for. Give me rolls to see how well you do in aiding Carol in adjusting this outfit to suit her version of managerial style.
You know what? I got her. I am a solid 6.
Yes, you are. Absolutely.
I got her.
What do you call this new skill that you have?
On fleek.
So you have on fleek too.
Okay.
Oh, these are great.
And man, Carol, that uniform, that Yikea uniform has never looked so good on anyone.
Queer eye for the who?
Whew.
Queer eye for the what?
Whew. You wear that uniform like no one else has ever wear that uniform. Like, it's hot, it's sexy. You could go on a runway with that uniform and people would be like, who designed those? We gotta hire them. And you own this middle management bullshit. Like, how dare you not make me upper management? And you are now leading this pack of misfits through the rooms. You are through this hall of mirrors. You look at yourself, you're like, hey. And John's like, man, I wish I'd thought to do that. And you are now in workspaces. You are in office areas and ways to maximize efficiency. How do you feel about this?
I feel powerful.
You are powerful.
I feel like I've found my home. Though this is not where I was headed, I feel as if I am drawing strength from the sensible storage units and the desks nearby. Any kind of office things that I can write letters to parents about or teachers about how they're unfairly treating my child. I feel like this is where I shine. This is where I shine.
You absolutely glance to the right and you see 2 report cards sitting upon a writing desk, like one of those inclined writing desks. And one of them says Astrid and one of them says Piper. And you are drawn to it. John and Betsy, you see the leader of your small but robust pack suddenly sort of detour. What do you do?
I think that I try to take over the situation.
You are a white man. You absolutely do that. That's 100%
I am gonna
what you do.
I'm gonna white man this, and I'm gonna try to take over and like step in.
So I think, Carol, I feel like your middle management like very much is gonna clash with this white man. So please, both of you roll 3 dice and tell me what the outcome is.
10.
A 4, 6, and a 4 for 14.
Whew. John, you try to white man the hell out of this situation, and middle manager Carol turns around and just goes, what do you say to white man John?
Can I use my motherfucker?
You can absolutely roll your motherfucker. And Ikea's gonna roll no cursing 2 against your motherfucker. And rolls 2 2s. Cause like what the fuck, Yikea.
Your rolls were so high in the beginning.
I know. It's wild.
It's wild how far you fell off of that.
I got a 5 and a 6 for 11, motherfucker. So you can back the fuck up.
So
Get your ass back on. You get your ass back on track and do not mess with Piper and Astrid's cards. Do you understand me? Don't fucking talk to me, motherfucker. Don't talk to me.
Do I run into ennui at that point? Because I do have an ennui ×2.
Absolutely, you can.
Oh,
Give
good
me,
question.
give me the
I think
ennui. Betsy, is there something that you can respond? Because, like, John is very into you. You're not necessarily into John, like most white men.
Right.
What do you have? What you have a question?
I do have a question. Since I rolled a 5 and a 6 and I have 1 XP, can I use that?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I also just rolled double 6s.
So first, let's do Carol's. What is your new power that you have ascended to based?
What tops a white man?
Tops. I'm fired.
Pegging. I don't. Pegging.
I feel like I'm fired from the show already. I lasted.
A Republican senator?
Oh.
All of us go. Oh.
Closeted.
A rich white man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. That's true.
Not cologne rich, but like
Old
name-
money white man.
Like old money rich, not like account
old
white
money,
man, yes.
old rich white man.
Yes.
I would like that, please. Old
So-
money.
What did you use?
I used my motherfucker too. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Motherfucker into old rich white dude. Completely makes
old
sense.
money, old rich white man.
Old money, old rich white man. 3. So Carol can now
Onward.
don the mantle of the old money, old rich white man.
I just want you to know I've already won this game, so I'm not really sure why we're playing. So.
Yikea does not stand a chance at all, but it's still gonna like make a valiant attempt. Yeah, so John, you've been like really effectively put in your place, and so
Yeah.
you're kind of like sulking,
Yeah.
and you're crushing.
but then I rolled a double ennui.
You did roll a double ennui, which makes
I'm not
sense.
sulking. I'm just bored and over it.
So, what is your ennui 3 talent?
Oh, this is the hard part, right?
Is it like emo 3?
I think it might be like that, like it might be like I care too much. Like it's like the opposite of ennui, kind of, where it's like, Jesus, I don't know. I'm doing bad. I already have a white man card, so like you get stuck. Unaffected Gen Z kid. You know what? I'm gonna follow that. Thank you.
I like that. So unaffected.
I would
Gen
like to
Z.
be. I would like to embody a Gen Zer ×3.
So you're unaffected Gen Z 3. Bless, Derek. Bless.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you so much. I don't know you, but I already love you.
Yes. So you are now unaffected Gen Z, and you're kind of skulking. Betsy, how do you respond?
I'm like
to this
slowly
window?
TikTok dancing in the background. While
Yes. You're actually
there's a
making
full
TikToks
coup happening behind me.
Yes, you're making TikToks about like what happened, and you're doing
Yeah.
that weird thing where people like they mute the sound and they do TikTok dances while their parent figures in the background are just yelling at them.
That is it. That's the one.
That's exactly what's happening right here. So
That is what is happening.
Betsy Iris, this person who's been trying to kind of court you in a way.
Who is 37, 36, 34, 34 years old.
Yes, you're 34 and your former girlfriend who's like back there is 27.
Oh my
Yes.
God, that's
Ooh,
right.
Oh, I did not forget about my girlfriend.
her.
We just let her go. We were like, you're here somewhere.
Betsy, how do you feel about all of this? Like, wow.
You know what? As a very empathic person, I'm getting very overwhelmed right now with all of the energy that is being thrown around and oppressive pressure that I feel coming at me. And I think that I am going to try and peel off and do what I originally intended, which was dumpster dive.
Right, so you're gonna go try and find that back door.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? This has become too much. I feel very, very attacked right now, and I'm just going to go back to focusing on me and what me needs.
So, can you justify incognito, indigo child, or on fleek to do these things?
Let's see. I'll use incognito.
Okay.
Maybe we'll meet a new person. Who knows?
The Yikea is going to counter with no exit. So 2 versus 2. A 6 and a 3, finally.
Sure.
So
Okay.
9 total.
And I got a 4 and a 3.
So you try and sort of slouch away, like, I'm just not going to be a part of this. And John 100% sees you and pulls you into his TikTok.
Damn.
So now you are...
I don't know. I just did the Soldier Boy dance. It's not a TikTok, but there we are.
And Yikea is going to take their losses and this natural 6 they have and turn it into another 6 and turn no exit into a herding cats 3 situation.
You're gonna need that.
Yeah. We're all over the place.
Yeah, it's true. And Yikea is not really into that. They do not appreciate that you aren't playing along, that you're not buying things. In fact, you hear and the overhead system comes on and says, "You must buy things. It is imperative to buy things. Please proceed to your preferred department to buy things. Or else." And it clicks off. How disturbed are each of you by this general announcement? Give me a roll, and if there's anything that you have already built yourself up to help you not be freaked out by this announcement / just compulsively go buy shit, let me know how you're going to justify that.
I would like to use avoidance and roll twice.
You can use avoidance, but also you are the unaffected Gen Z who sees
Oh,
through this
fuck.
corporate bullshit.
I think, yeah, thank you. I am the unaffected Gen Zer who sees through corporate bullshit, so I don't need to buy anything. In fact, you should just be grateful that I'm there.
You're
Because
not
quite
wrong.
frankly, I'm helping you by doing a TikTok from your store, and you should quite frankly be paying me.
It's very free advertising, and we really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
it's free
And
advertising.
better
so
than we could
I
come
should
up
get
with.
3. Yeah, so you should get 3. I
Yes.
should get 3. 3. Yeah, cool.
Betsy?
Yeah. I think. Well, I rolled a 5.
But I think that
think
your
that-
indigo child could very much help you here, because
Yes, that's what I was thinking with that.
did you roll 2 and get a 5? 2 dice and get a 5?
Oh, a 4. 5
So you have
and
a
4.
9 total.
Yes.
And Carol?
I will be using old money, old rich white guy.
Yep, because, like,
3.
fuck you, I could buy this place, but I'm not gonna.
That was actually
Yeah.
part of. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna roll. I've got a 6, a 2, and a 3 for 11.
Ooh! Yikea rolled 2 6s and a 3.
Oh my gosh.
So, Yikea is also going to use their mini failures leading up to this to turn one of that 3 into a 6. And they're going to do buy things in all caps 4. So, you are all immediately transported to the Carol, you find yourselves really just one space forward. It's still very disorienting, but you could see it through the various places that you were. You are now in the children's Yikea. Betsy, you are in textiles. You are surrounded by things that feel very, 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 very nice. And it's like all compressing all around you. And John, you are standing next to Betsy, but also all of a sudden your girlfriend is there too.
Oh, no.
You're all in textiles. You are surrounded by things that feel very good. Your girlfriend on one side, Betsy on the other, are definitely a part of the things that feel good. So, Carol, middle manager Carol, you are standing in front of, there's easels to your left, there's paints to your right. It's like very bright and cheery, and there are kids' things. Give me like basically a listening check to see if you can hear things / like just make sense of your surroundings. If there's anything that you have that will help you do this, let me know how you're going to justify that.
I'm caught between middle management and motherfucker, because motherfucker's always easy to justify. I'm gonna go with motherfucker because it's very easy to justify that. Always.
So you're basically going for the more angry version.
Yeah. Yes. A 6 and a 1 for 7.
So Yikea also rolled a 7. So nothing about like what you changes, but you can hear, if you listen behind you, you can hear a bunch of steps kind of moving towards where you are. And there's no murmuring or like talk to go with that. It sounds like people are just coming towards you. And that's a little bit freaky. Like, they're not walking in lockstep, but they're very clearly clustered together. And, like, you only see one easel sitting out here for grabs. Like, what if they're coming to steal your easel? Things we're thinking about. John's girlfriend, and Betsy Iris. John, what's up? Like, what's up, my white dude?
I'm just really struggling here because I really don't like conflict.
That makes sense. Like, why would you?
Like, I really just I just want the one to go away, and like Betsy Iris to just love me.
Betsy Iris.
I think.
How do you
Betsy
feel about
Iris.
this?
I also am not a fan of confrontation. It's too negative and low of a vibration.
That's real true. Because John's girlfriend kind of blinks like she's startled. She looks over, she sees John, and she smiles. And then she looks down and she sees that not only is John holding her hand, John is also holding your hand.
Right. Okay.
And then she looks at John and goes, what the fuck?
You know what I say to that is actually that this is 2021. And there are all different kinds of relationships that are valid.
I'm into this.
What?
John is about it. Yeah, John's fully in.
John, what do you say to your girlfriend?
Like, let's just do it, all three of us. Like, this is it.
Cool. Give me a roll against.
He's really excited to update his Tinder profile.
Yeah, I bet he is. Your stunned girlfriend gets 1 dice to your. What are you rolling?
Oh, I think that this is This is white man.
It's 100%
Because
white man.
This is white man. Yeah. This
No,
is
it
white man.
absolutely is. She rolled a 4.
I rolled 9.
You are very far apart on what this entails. Like, it's not that she couldn't be convinced.
Isn't that normally the case?
Because it's not that she couldn't be convinced. It's that you didn't ask first, John.
That's exactly. Yeah, fair. But not that fair. Like, I still think that we should do it, and you'll like each other too, and it'll be fine.
What? Yeah.
And like, let's just open this whole thing up. I'm gonna go on my Tinder. I'm gonna make the Tinder open, and like, we're gonna look for some unicorns, and it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. And Betsy, she suddenly looks at you.
I love that she has no name. Yes.
Yeah, no, she's just John's girlfriend. No,
Yeah, John's
no
girlfriend.
names.
No name.
So Betsy, John's girlfriend looks at you. What do you do? Because like John seems very convinced that y'all will like each other.
Right. And see, I immediately like her vibrational energy very much more as opposed to John's vibrational energy. So I'm willing to give this a shot. You know, it's not my first rodeo, so to speak,
So
in this kind of a relationship.
Give me an indigo child roll and we're gonna try and make it as close. And John, give me a roll. Probably for white man.
Yeah, it's such an easy lean in.
And we're gonna see who's closer to Betsy's vibrational energy.
I got 10.
I got 8.
John's girlfriend got a 5. So, surprisingly, Betsy's relationship energy or vibrational energy is actually like more on par with John's than it is by just a little bit. So, like, in spite of all of the red flags, John's girlfriend's gonna kind of roll with this.
Ultimately, I guess that makes sense because I am so full of shit comparatively.
Yes, but John is a white man. Like, if we're gonna compare like people who are full of shit, John is a white man. Like, let's just be very clear about this.
Absolutely, but I'm just saying I have a healthy amount of shit about me.
Yes.
So.
I mean, fair. But so, John, like, your girlfriend is not totally sold on this, but is willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and ignore these giant red flags that perhaps she shouldn't, but she's gonna try and make it work because she loves you. And, like, get to know Betsy as y'all continue on your way through workspaces, and you enter the children's area as a threesome, I guess.
Great.
Like, it's a hinge triad. It's not a closed triangle. It's a hinge. And you notice that Carol is standing there, still dressed in their Yikea best. Carol, what have you done with the only easel in the whole place?
I will stuff it down my uniform. I will stuff because I am resourceful. I will figure out a way to make it look a little less, bulky, but I will stuff it inside. I'm
gonna have you roll middle management against Ikea's buy things 4.
Right. So, middle management is 3. I have a 5, 4.
I have a 12 total.
I have a 15 total, a 5, a 4, and a 6.
So you manage to actually very creatively stuff it down the back and essentially like Ninja Turtle yourself and make a really decent shield with that soul easel. Like, it's impressive and almost like supernatural how the uniform conforms to Astrid's easel. And as you're doing that, you turn on and you catch a glimpse of this strange trio standing here with John holding Betsy Iris's hand and his girlfriend kind of standing a few inches off to the side of the two of them. And,
I have a question.
Yes, Betsy.
Am I still naked? I can't remember.
Yes, you are. You have not put clothes on. You are absolutely naked.
Oh my god.
And at no point have you stopped and paused to put clothes on. Would you like to try and do that?
You know, I've come this far. Let's not.
Why bother? But the way that you manage to like move and dodge and weave through all of the stuff, no one really catches like a really solid, good glimpse of your nudity. Like, you know this land, you know everything. Everything seems to like strategically be planted to cover any of the quote-unquote embarrassing bits, much to John's like eternal irritation, because he's 100% trying to catch a glimpse, and occasionally he does. But, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? I am my own woman and I am my own person and I own my body. He does not own mine, even though we are in relationship.
In relationship,
So,
absolutely.
Yes. And Jen, you are absolutely right. It is a power move.
The most.
So, Carol.
Hold on.
It's
Karen,
true.
you got to do it. You got to kick someone out of the chat.
I know.
You're so excited.
I'll kick them out too.
Hammered.
I remember when we were like getting the moderator view, I went in to moderate it because we had the like spam and you had already done it.
Good job, everybody.
Thank you.
I'm just really proud. Okay, keep going.
So, since Carol has gotten the easel that she was here for, Carol, give me, so Ikea's trying to whisper in your ear to buy more things, specifically for Piper. What do you use to either accept or try and like say no to the suggestion?
Hold on. For Piper. We're gonna use
that twin.
The other one.
The non-Astrid twin.
Use old
Not that
money,
you have
old rich
favorites.
man. Because I feel like that encompasses everything. Old money, old rich white man.
Ikea's gonna manager you, so only roll 2, because the manager is trying to get you to do this. 7 total.
7.
So Yikea basically whispers in your ear, like, you can't just buy something for Astrid, you have to buy something for Piper. And you're like, fine.
Well, Piper's a dud.
Yeah, but you can't just buy one for not for the other. Just can't. So
Are there stickers somewhere that I could just get for her? And just
yeah. So you're basically, as we move forward, you're gonna be on the lookout for something to grab for Piper. Just something. I mean, it doesn't have to be an easel. You got the
animals they always have.
there's like cheap plungers at the front. It's fun. So.
Yeah, it's totally cool. Just be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
So you march forward, and you march through the children's Ikea, and you come to a landing, and you see written on the stairwells, down, you can go to the market hall, the South Surf area, check out the exit, but first you have to make your way through the ground floor. Does anyone try and look at a map?
Like maps. I tried in the beginning. I feel like I'm a white man. It's full circle. I tried to look at the map in the beginning. I would like to look at the map again.
Okay, so try to look at the map again. Yikea is going to counter this with herding cats.
Got a 2.
Ikea got a 10 total.
Great.
Ikea shows you a map and shows you that you can kind of coast your way through cook shop and tableware, and there is a secret passageway there are actually 2 secret passageways once you get through cookware and tableware in the textile section. That's interesting. That's good to know. No one else knows these secret passageways. And as you're sitting there staring at the map, you hear toom, toom, toom of people marching in time. And if you stop and listen, you hear buy, sell, buy, sell. And Carol, this really speaks to a newly discovered aspect of yourselves because you understand deeply the concept of buy and sell and how one cannot exist without the other, and that's what makes the world go round. Betsy, this is very anathema to you as a human being. Your whole thing is neither buying but selling if you can, but also like stealing what you sell. And
Yes.
John, you're just a white dude.
I am, in fact, just a white dude.
It's like, it's all good for you. You're also an unaffected Gen Z who, like, understands that you should neither buy nor sell, but also, like, what the fuck are you supposed to do about it?
Yeah, it's not about the capitalist society. It's about the capitalist systems we all live under.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you find yourselves at literally the threshold of a brand new level. You hear Yikea coming from you. You know that there are at least 2 secret passages within textiles. What do y'all do?
I'm down for a secret passage at this point. I don't feel like I'm filling my ennui at all, but like as a white man, I think it's important that I again take control of the situation and take care of the women behind me. I will be brave to go through the shortcut, but I also prefer a shortcut because I am a white man.
So, like, does this white manness really kind of clash with the middle management / old man, rich man of Carol's?
Yes, because Carol's gonna try to tell me there are rules, but those are not for me.
Rules are made for other people.
For other people, but not for me. No.
So I'm going to need y'all to make a contested roll. Carol, you can choose whether or not you're using middle management or old man, rich man to contest John's. John, are you doing white man or unaffected Gen Z?
Oh, I'm doing white man at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
White man
Probably
versus
more powerful level 3.
Well, both of those are level 3s.
Yes.
But I only got 6. I have to count with my fingers because I'm an adult. 10.
Oh, I got
Y'all.
that.
Oh!
So y'all are at an impasse. Y'all are sitting there arguing with each other. Betsy, do you have anything to add to this?
Well, I already know where all the secret passageways are.
Do you? Do you want to try?
I would like to try.
Can you justify any of your...
I was thinking Indigo Child because I actually pulled up qualities of an Indigo Child. And one of the qualities of an Indigo Child is believing that they are always right.
Yes, that's very true. So yes, give me an Indigo Child 2.
Okay. Okay, there's a 3. And a 6.
And so, wait, Carol and John, what did you roll again?
I rolled 10. Yes, 10.
Okay,
5 and 3.
so Betsy really tries to Indigo Child this and, like, has a little bit of a fact, but not enough to break up the sort of contest of capitalism versus privilege going on here. Different kinds of privilege at work. And you know what? Yikea also rolled a 10. And, like, desperately
What about
wants
the
y'all to buy
girlfriend, though?
things. So
What
you
about the
all are
girlfriend?
arguing as you go down the stairs from the showrooms into the cookware and the cook shop and tableware. And as you're walking through it, you end up picking up random things that you will have to buy once you get to the checkout area. John, you end up with a knife block.
Right.
Like, it's a really cheap knife block, but it's a knife block. Carol, you end up with a meat tenderizer. That'll be really helpful when the PT election comes around and people don't vote the way that you want them to vote. And Betsy, you're kind of wandering around and you realize that you've picked up a picture of a nice little flower somewhere along the way. You're not really sure where it came from. It would look really nice hung up over a table. You could potentially use it to bash someone, but it's a really nice flower and like super pretty, and you know, it really speaks to you as a person. So you're all carrying these things as you walk into textiles, and you freeze because there are 4 really rigid looking workers at Yikea standing there smiling at you. But it doesn't necessarily look like a smile, it looks more like this. What do you do?
I think I'll try and frisbee my picture into those teeth.
So they are in a flying V formation. So there is one that's standing at the apex of it. Is that the person that you target, or you target a different one?
I believe that I am targeting that one because I am hoping to at least bowling pin 2 behind, if not the whole thing within some sort of magic way.
Can you justify using maybe on fleek?
You know what? I can. I absolutely can. Because it's all about lines and dimensions when you're on fleek. So I have really good aim.
All right,
My aim is on fleek.
You're going to go against Yikea's no exit 2 for your on fleek 2. Yikea rolled a 5 and a 4.
I got 7.
So a 9. So you toss it at Yikea's smile, and it kind of hits them chest level, and you hear oof, and then it falls down and cracks, and Yikea looks at you and goes, "If you broke it, you must buy it."
So creepy.
And then it turns its attention to John. John, what do you do?
Yes.
You are holding hands with the 2 maybe loves of your life. Who knows?
I think I maybe just like push them in front of me.
Yeah, you do. You absolutely do that. Like, no question.
I just like, nope. I just nope the fuck out of there.
So,
but I also make sure that this entire, I push them in front of me and I turn on my camera to record a TikTok about it. By the power of embodying Gen Z.
So give me an unaffected Gen Z 3. Betsy, if there's anything that can potentially counter that, you are an indigo child.
You know what? Yeah,
14.
I can try and counter that.
I got 14.
Yeah, poor John's girlfriend is sacrificed with a 3.
While I TikTok in the background.
To the joyous to TikTok views. So John, your TikTok
I think it's important that people know that I love in real life. I love TikTok.
I mean, TikTok is great. TikTok is also terrible, but it's also
So I'm
great.
being mean, but I'm also like real about it.
Betsy, how'd you do?
I got 11.
So Betsy gets hurled into the waiting arms of all of these Yikea people, and you're passed around to the back of the V, and you are shoved through and spun, and you spin and spin and spin, and you end up on your knees, and when you look up, you're in the self-service area. Only there's no clear path through. All of the arrows and stuff that had been down at the bottom are gone. And when you turn around, you can see where there should be an exit. But there is none. It is just a blank wall that says exit on the top. But there's no actual exit. And you're all alone.
I hate my life.
John,
Nightmare.
the potential love of your life has just disappeared because you sacrificed her to the Yikea gods. What do you do?
The right choice, obviously.
I mean, yeah, you're still here.
It's really all about self-preservation, and since the love of my life is gone, I just kind of really lean into my girlfriend, my original girlfriend, and just like kind of go, well.
So your original girlfriend is swooning in the arms of 2 robotic Ikea men.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot about that. I think that I forgot about that. Oops. Really was focused on my TikToks. I think that I just, I wave goodbye and I try avoidance and just try to disappear. Avoidance too.
Yikea is going to try and no exit you, too.
I got 8.
Ooh, Yikea got a 6 and a 5 for a total of 11. So you try and no avoidance, and you find yourself surrounded by all 5 of these salespeople who are just looking at you and going, "You have not bought. You have not selected. You have not bought. You have
Can
not
I just buy a knife block?
You can hold up the knife block, and you can try and...
I will purchase this. You can have the women.
Carol, tell me how you feel about this as middle management.
I'm gonna take a suggestion from the chat from earlier. I'm going to take the easel out from under my clothes and then pull out a huge stack of coupons that will basically make it free.
And what do you say
So that's
to the salespeople?
If you will let me go, I will give you not only this stack of coupons, but I will also give you Piper.
And all of a sudden the salesmen go, "Make a sale." And the world kind of spins around. And all of a sudden, Betsy, you hear like a slurping sound. And
Slurping?
Slurping.
Okay, cool.
And both John is kind of thrust out of the non-existent door, and Carol stumbles out after. And there's one salesperson who has come out and looks a little bit more robotic, but also more animated than all of the others, and like a really weird dichotomy. And he looks at you and he says, "Survive, and you keep the souls, but we still get your money." And then like slurps back into the background, just like gets absorbed by where the door should be. And in front of you is a big sign that says self-checkout. This is where you come to select your chosen pieces of furniture, your various like things that you wrote down, the big assemble it yourself shit that you take home. And at the end of it is the checkout line. But when you look at it, it does not look like there is an easy way through here, because this may be a maze. what you doing? There's no way out. You can only go
No.
forward. Like, there's nothing for you to do but go forward.
Well, don't ask me why I know this, but the 3-door Malm chest of drawers is $60, and I know I have that. So I'm going to go and try and find that so I can survive, because I'd much rather be broke than dead.
So, do you say this out loud?
I say I would like a Malm 3-drawer dresser, please.
So you say that, and all of a sudden you hear a bing! And when you look up, because you can see the warehouse that everything is in, you see that a light has gone off over a specific portion of the maze. And that's where you think that you can find the $60 chest of drawers. So you have a guiding North Star, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you start navigating this maze? Is it with white man confidence? Is it with indigo child sort of intuition? Is it the middle management or the rich white man with a lot of confidence who takes charge? Who is leading y'all on this journey to this $60 chest of drawers?
As per usual, John is going to attempt to take the front with his white man confidence.
Excellent. Does anyone want to challenge John?
But
I think I would like to challenge
I
using Indigo Child.
would like to.
So John is being challenged in all directions for his attempted usurpation and leadership of this trip through the maze.
Yes.
That's right.
So everyone roll whatever the highest is that you can justify.
I got 12.
That's 6.
I got 3.
Yes!
Ikea rolled buy things for a total of 16. So everyone gets 1 experience point. And John, you know absolutely where you're supposed to go. Like you you know with the confidence of a self-righteous fucking white man exactly where you need to go to find the $60 chest of drawers. And you know for a fact that when you get there, you're not the one who's gonna have to haul it around. It's great. It's fantastic. Yeah. There's nothing better than this. So you just start walking, and the rest of you are like, I don't know about this, but what else we have to do? So John actually navigates you very successfully to the center of the maze, at which, glowing down in this orange light, is this chest of drawers. It is, in fact, $59.96. Almost $60, but not quite. Almost. And there it is, shining before you. John, what do you do?
I just like point and point to the people behind me and then point to it like, see?
Finger
There it
guns?
is.
Hey.
We did it.
Look,
It's
look,
there.
look,
Whoever
look,
wants to
it's
grab
right.
that can grab that, but it is there. Yes. Maybe just dance.
Carol and Betsy, you have just like been indicated like here's the thing. We did it. We did it. You're supposed to grab it, right? Right?
I'm middle management. I ain't touching shit.
And also, I am completely naked, and I don't want to get splinters.
So you all have an argument about
Yeah.
whether or not this happens. So please reenact this role that we last did between the middle management, the white man, and Betsy. What are you doing? Are you going to try and incognito yourself? Are you going to try and indigo child? This is not very on fleek.
It's not very on fleek. I'm going to go full indigo child. I am
I got 12.
glowing. Yes, I am.
Wow.
I got 6.
The
I
IKEA
got
who
11.
desperately wants y'all to buy things got an 11. So John is running the show
Fucking
here.
A.
What did Carol get?
Doing great.
Where's John's girlfriend?
Oh, give it a second.
11. Where's John's girlfriend? Let her do it.
Second.
So John is like very curious why no one else has gone ahead and retrieved this and started carrying it towards what he thinks is the exit. When all of a sudden there's a chime and you hear a roar.
Roar?
A roar. And the roar sounds like a bunch of coins hitting the ground and spilling, like, you know when somebody wins the jackpot at Vegas and all of the coins come spilling out? It's that, but a roar. But it's like really fucking disconcerting because y'all didn't win the money. So who is just like vomiting up all of this money? And all of a sudden, sitting atop the 5993 chest of drawers is John's girlfriend who got sacrificed to the various Yikea people, who is now wearing a Yikea uniform, got a Yikea haircut, like a very Swedish haircut, and is wearing a Yikea Swedish chef hat. And she looks at John, and then she looks at Betsy, and she looks at Carol and kind of dismisses Carol because, like, you're middle management. It's fine, whatever. But John and Betsy, we could have had it all.
Rolling in the deep.
And you ruined it. You're naked. And, like, hot but also rude. How dare. John, I don't know why I wasted 4 years of my life with you. TBH. When I now am, like, gainfully employed, I'm making more money than I have in my entire life. Food and board is not a thing I have to worry about anymore. You do know that this chest of drawers would not have fit in our apartment. You do know that, right? It's too big. We don't have enough stuff. And if we did have this much stuff, we wouldn't be buying this. We'd have to loft that shit. So you know what? I'm going to take all of these. And you know what? I'm going to take this easel too. So, Carol, give me a contested roll. Because
The
Angry John's
aggressive
girlfriend
hit.
is trying to steal Astrid's easel.
Hell no.
Hell no.
I got a
Not
10.
on this day.
It's a matched roll, so it is a tug of war. You are both just sitting there seesawing back and forth on this easel. Like, no.
Carol.
And you're like, fuck you. Astrid is getting into the governor's school. And John's girlfriend is like, no, I have to be petty and take something from all of you. Even though you're actually a very good middle manager. Like, if you actually get voted onto PT, I would vote for you. I would 100% vote for you. So you're tug of warring while John and Betsy look on. And then all of a sudden, from the direction that you came, is the sound of crashing. And as you look, the path that you had just taken just gets swiped away, and what comes forward is the Minotaur. It is a Minotaur made out of money. The horns are made out of rolled dollar bills that if you snapped off one of the horns, you could absolutely snort the really good Coke out of. When
Really
he
good
opens his mouth to roar, coins come spilling out just like by the dozen, but when they bounce off the ground, you can see sparks fly out, and they fly out so quickly that they just shear through the various like metal stacks of stuff, and they cut through all of the very pressed wood shit that you have elected not to buy. So this torrent of money, if it actually hits you, could hurt a lot. Maybe, shear through / break bones. And Carol, give me a contested roll between Queen of the Yikea, John's girlfriend, who still does not have a name. And what are you going to use to wrest this easel back from her?
Old, rich, old white.
Absolutely you are.
13.
Man, John's girlfriend only rolls a 9. So you wrench this easel back from her. What do you do with it? Do you tuck it under an arm? Do you try and tuck it back into its like protective position? You're running from the Monitor at this point.
Tuck it back in the protective position just in case like one of his like pieces of money hit it. Then nothing will happen to it. So and then take off running.
Well, I mean, if the money hits it, it might shatter the easel, and you won't have a thing for Astrid. But you yourself will be fine.
But what's the purpose, though, if Astrid doesn't have what she needs?
Right, like if Astrid doesn't have a mom, like Astrid's done. Piper will be fine, but Astrid's gonna be fucked.
But she needs the easel to get in Harvard. She doesn't need me to get in Harvard. She needs the easel, though. So,
right. Totally fair. So, John, your girlfriend looks at you and says, "We could have had it all." What's your response to this? We did roll deep. You got deeper in me than anyone else has ever gotten before.
Oh my gosh.
I think that I think this is when I hate to do it, but I might embody some Gen Z here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it feels like the right choice to embody some Gen Z.
Absolutely.
And just kind of talk about how gender norms and relationships are like fine, and that like sometimes we just have to advocate for ourselves and do what we need for ourselves. And like I totally respect that about you. And like you're right, we could have had it all, but it wasn't right. It wasn't the right time.
So
this
give
isn't
me that
who I am right now.
Give me that Gen Z role. That like.
So I'm Gen Zing about like I totally like understand where you're coming from, but like we didn't have it all. 12.
Your girlfriend 12. Is going to call this no cursing. And all of this is cursing, and roll 2 to your Gen Z 3.
I got 12.
Rolled a 6 and a 1, so 7. So yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. And like y'all were never actually going to be long term, even though you managed to
4 years.
4 years and convinced each other was. So you know what? She looks at you and she looks at Betsy and she looks at you and goes, stalks up to Betsy, dips Betsy, and kisses Betsy full on the mouth like, hey girl.
I love this.
Betsy, give me a roll to see how good this kiss is. What are you gonna?
One.
Indigo Child is an on fleek. Like, what's the ethos you're going for with this kiss? You can use incognito if you want to like put on an air and like stick it to John. Whatever you want to do to justify this.
You know what? He is a white man,
mm-hmm.
so he does get a lot of help.
He's
so
aggressively a white man.
Yes, I'm going to do on fleek just to give him that extra oomph.
So this is
I'm cheering him on, hoping that it is indeed on fleek.
Absolutely. So let's do it. Let's see how close we can get in our rolls. A 9?
I got a 5.
It's not a great guess.
No,
You're
it's
very
not, but that's
bemused.
exactly what we expected.
Yeah, like one of you had a bisexual panic hidden. Like all of the bravery was used up in the getting to this point, and then the bi panic set in, and it was like, oh fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. So from the outside, it looks, you know, like, oh, hot, especially from a white dude's perspective. In actuality, it's like, oh, we're not gonna write home about this one. Okay, we're good. We're just, it's fine. It's fine. So
much like regular this level white man's any kind of sexual experiences.
Yeah, it's like, man, your only experience has been with het white men, right? No, honey.
Yeah.
And now that Yikea has its claws in you, it's not gonna get better. So you both write each other. You kind of look at each other in this awkward way of like, okay, that did just happen. Cool. John, your girlfriend looks at you and just kind of gets this and goes, my name is Elise. And then goes down into the ground and disappears.
Oh.
So y'all are left kind of staring at each other. Like, okay, that's a thing that just happened. And then all of a sudden, everything around you explodes into little tiny metal shards because the monitor has just gone and then its big head looks at you and you can tell that it's about to open its mouth and just shoot coins at you. What do you do? Does the straight white man take on the leadership position? Middle management / old rich white man? Who's gonna take a...
I think what I'm going to do is jump on the money tar's back and give it Reiki.
I love
To
it.
try and calm it.
So much. Are you using your Indigo Child power to do this?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's just that was not expected by the monitor, who rolls a 5 and a 2 for a total of 7.
And I got 9.
So you do so. You jump on the monitor's back with your indigo powers, and tell me how this plays out.
Well, you know, I lay hands upon him in a very non-denominational, non-Christian way, and I can sense
Obviously.
that his sacral chakra is very, very upset. He has a lot of anger built there. So I work on his orange chakra, and he starts to hiccup the coins out instead of just spewing them, because I'm working on it and healing his pain.
You very much recontextualize the fact that, like, all of these workers at Yikea don't have to be making $7 an hour. They could be making $15. And that's okay. And, like, the people who are mad about the fact the Yikea workers are making $15 shouldn't be mad at the Yikea workers. They should be mad at the billionaire owners at the top who don't actually have to do the grunt work. And so the monitor...
I back that up.
Hmm?
I back that up as someone who embodies Gen Z.
Yeah, Gen Z. So give me a role to really help. Once you figure out what's going on, as the hiccuping kind of happens.
10. I got a 10.
Let me see. The Yikea is desperate for y'all to buy things. So let me see if Yikea continues rolling low to buy things for Dinosaur. Dear God, the IKEA rolls at 10. So the IKEA is trying to be like, Monitor, what are you doing? And the Monitor is like, I don't know, like your sort of chatter drowns out the IKEA chatter. And so what Betsy is saying makes a lot of sense. It just, the Monitor hadn't really thought of it that way. Carol, is there anything you want to add to this conversation about, maybe
The
we
capitalist
shouldn't be
system in which we live in, that one.
The which one?
The capitalist system in which we live in. Do I want to add anything on that one?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You could take IKEA's side if you wanted. If you really wanted to go full middle management, really wanted to go old rich man, white man, you could try and add.
I'm going to go on my side, which does not give a shit about anybody, and go old rich, old white guy, because honestly, yes, you could make 15 an hour. I care, sort of, but I don't. IKEA can make some more money. I don't own enough stock in it to really give a shit. I really just want to leave. And whoever can make that happen for me right now, I will help you.
Okay. Give me an old man, rich man, and IKEA is going to try and herd cats against you.
Okay. I have a 9.
IKEA rolled an 8. 2 3s and a 2. So you're just like, maybe this makes sense, maybe it doesn't, but like, can you get me out of here? And the Monitor is like, shopper's friend, not food. And so with Betsy holding on to its horns and riding it is like, to the checkout. And just smashes its way through the self-serve maze. Like, you don't even have to navigate the rest of this maze. And it's like, that's a trap. That's a trap. And you just watch it, like, just carve a path straight to checkout. And when you get there, what you see is an army of checkout people armed with their checkout guns. And 3 managers standing behind each phalanx of checkout people. And they're all looking at you. And in unison, they say, "What have you come to buy?"
I say, I have come to buy this easel for the best child in the world. I will use my motherfucker if that is the skill that I need to get what I want. Did I do that?
Absolutely. IKEA really desperately wants you to buy things.
I feel like we're on the same page, honestly.
So it rolled. Wow.
You're not disagreeing with wanting to buy something.
It rolled
You know
an
what?
18 to get you to buy things.
I got a 4.
Cool. So you feel you're in simpatico, but you keep your sort of faculties about you as you step up to the line with your easel, and the person scans it and looks at you and says, "That will be $15.99 and your soul."
Ooh.
I would like to use my old rich guy to use my coupons that I carry in my bag, even though I don't think I can use these coupons, but I will use my coupons and see basically, if we can at least keep my soul. I don't really care about my soul. At least get it like really cheap, like $5. So I will roll.
So give me your old man, rich man, and IKEA still wants you to buy things.
7. Rolling low.
14.
And you take the
So
soul
it looks at you and says, "The coupons are expired. That will cost your soul and 1 child."
Oh, great. That's fine. That's great. An extra. It's fine. So
So you offer the Piper. John
Teddy bear.
and
He likes the teddy
Betsy.
bear at night. Don't care.
Betsy atop the monitor, you see this going down, and you realize, like, the only way out currently is if you buy something. The money, but your soul is the key here. IKEA 100% wants your soul.
But
Okay.
do I have a soul?
You know what? That's a really good question. You should go through the checkout line and see.
I don't think I have a soul. I'm going to just try to purchase that knife block that I'm somehow still carrying because it's cheap and it's fine. And I probably have knives somewhere. Like, I feel like John definitely like collects weird knives just like as a side hobby. So like a knife block is fine for that.
Yep, that's really fair. So are you white manning this or are you unaffected Jinzing this?
Oh no, I'm white manning this.
That's true. So IKEA still wants you to buy things. So let's see how the unaffected or the white man and the buy things coincide.
11.
12.
Oh,
So IKEA looks at you, and they do this thing where it scans, and then it scans, and then it scans again, and it looks at you, and it says, "The soul is not worth what we thought it was, but is still a soul. You must buy another thing. Bring us a shrubbery." So you have been rejected until you buy something else, essentially, because your soul is not worth what it thought it was worth, but it's still worth something. And this has to be an equitable trade.
Equitable trade. So I need to find a shrubbery
So you need to find a shrubbery, Betsy,
at the IKEA.
at an IKEA, which does not traditionally sell strawberries. Betsy, how do you feel about all of this?
Well, I feel that since the cashiers probably don't know that the money tar is on my side now, I'm going to use incognito and just pop a little bit of a hole in this giant piñata of money that I'm writing and just sneak out Trojan horse style in
I love
the
this.
money tour.
Excellent. IKEA is going to counter you with no exit too. To your incognito too.
Okay.
Yeah, here rolled 2 6s.
I rolled 12.
So, let's start with you first. What is your new skill that you're going to get from this? From incognito. Trojan Horse 3 is pretty good, not gonna lie.
Yeah, man. Let's do Trojan horse.
So you have
I'm gonna
Trojan
make that.
Horse 3.
Okay.
And IKEA it's not gonna just do no closet, it's gonna do trapped in the closet 3.
Yes.
Yes.
So you try and like bro in and ride the the money tour out, and a phalanx of checkout people plus one manager stops you, and it's like, this is incorrect. What is the secret purchase of the day? What is the secret purchase of the day, Betsy? You live here.
So I need to figure out something to buy.
Well,
What am I doing?
you have an
am I,
indigo
like-
child, which is like a psychic child who's kind of this all-seeing, all-knowing. You are a Trojan horse, so you can try and leverage that in. But basically, they've intimated that there is a secret purchase that might let you get off scot-free. The question is, how much do you care about John? Because, like, you didn't necessarily like John, but John really does like you. And Carol, you know, you stand to make a lot of money and get some customers from Carol if she gets out and she, like, gives your various bags to the PTA. Do you want to bring them with you? You do live here. There's a lot to consider.
There is, but, you know, this entire time I have known exactly what I need and what I want to buy. Mm-hmm. And I think it is the secret purchase.
So how are we going to go about that?
Well, I'm going to have the money tar make a little bit of a right turn, go over to the, whatever they call it, quick cafe, where they sell like the last minute food stuff after the register.
The Swedish food market.
Swedish food market, thank you. And I'm going to have him bite a jar of lingonberry jam.
It's a good jam.
It is really good. And take it back over to the registers.
So you're going to have the Minotaur essentially storm the checkouts, go to the Swedish food mart. To be very clear, the exit is on your very left. If you really want to make a break for it, to the left of everybody is the only exit you've seen in this whole place.
Right.
So, what are you using? You're Trojan horsing that. Yikea is going to... So you're going to Trojan horse 3. Yikea is going to no exit to you. To counter. A 6 and a 1. What a fascinating roll for a total of 7.
I got 11.
So you do it. You're kind of burrowed in. You've basically made yourself a seat. Your head's popped out. You can control the monitor by the horns.
Like a tank, yes.
And you tank your way through the left side of the checkout, straight into the food mart. And you kind of like, you hit the counter and you look over and you see the Swedish chef is very rapidly making all of the food, and he looks at you and he goes, "What is this?" And he sees the monitor. What is this?
Muppet references forever.
And then from behind them rises a person-sized meatball with a face. The hair is made out of the meatball sauce. It drips kind of down the face, but never seems to actually land anywhere. And the meatball stands up and goes, "Not on my watch," and starts rolling forward and absorbs the Swedish chef, absorbs the table, absorbs all of the knives, and then comes to rest in front of the monitor about 2/3 of the way up, armed with basically took all of the knives and made 2 giant, swordish knives that are clearly very poorly balanced, but working for the Swedish meatball. And it points it at the monitor and goes, "Borka, borka, 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 borka."
Oh my God.
John and Carol, you both see this from where you're kind of trapped behind the lines, neither of us really signed up for this. What do you do?
I've already given my child. What else?
Well, you just offered your child. Like, the child hasn't actually been presented into the IKEA. You're just, like, honestly, really willing to do that.
I mean, I feel like they're also going to want more money once they see her, so yeah.
Poor Piper. Poor Piper.
She just wants love.
Well, when she deserves it, she'll get it.
But John, the potential love of your life is like riding a monitor and being aggressed by a sentient meatball.
I think I'm just down for it.
Carol.
I think. Sorry.
No, go for it. Go for it.
No, I was just saying, like, I think John is fine just being sucked in by this meatball at this point. Like, John is like.
John is a meatball.
Finding it. John is a meatball. He would like to join in with the meatball. At this point, I think that he's just like, I'm in this. Both of these girls have broken up with me. Where is my life right now? I'm an accountant. I'm bored. This seems like the most interesting thing that's ever happened to me. I'm just down to like become one with the Yikea meatball person. Plus, it sounds kind of tasty. I think that I just want to join forces with said meatball.
So do you want to white man into the meatball?
I think I'd like to I have a lot of XP. I'm actually not sure what the XP does.
The XP turns rolls, like you can turn, if you roll like A6 or if you have 3 dice that are 6s, you can turn all of those XPs into 6s and take another.
Oh. Yeah. You know what? I'm good. I'm just going to hold on to those because I don't need it as a white man.
Right.
I already have 3 rolls.
Try and white man your way into the meatball. And the meatball.
I would like to white man my way inside of the meatball.
All right. The meatball. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me?
It's still not as bad as mine.
The meatball rolled 2 6s and a 5.
Oh shit! I rolled a 4 total. I had a terrible roll. That was 3 rolls.
And I got what 4. Happens to the white man? Is the meatball wipes him aside, like totally rejects his attempt to become one with the meatball, thinks it's an attack, and just like, but you don't go towards the exit. You go the exit is straight up to the the meatball's right. You're coming towards its left, so it swipes you to your right, its left, deeper into the Yikea. And that's so you just go flying, and like, you've been not only rejected by your girlfriend Betsy / Iris, the monitor, but also now the giant sentient Swedish meatball.
Just so much rejection for John.
So much rejection.
I'm really struggling here.
John's
just a huge bummer.
It's like really just a broken man amongst all of the returns to IKEA that have accumulated off to the side.
Yeah.
So John can sit there and think about his life. Carol, you've been offered this easel for the high price of basically like $15 and your least favorite twin.
Yes.
Are you into this? Are you gonna do it? Is it good?
I mean, I feel like this is a good deal. Honestly,
So
Piper was going nowhere anyway. I feel like this is probably the best option for her.
Fair enough. How can you summon Piper here? Are there any powers that you have that can help summon Piper like immediately so that you can just make this transaction happen and never have to worry about it again? Are you worried about the meatball and the money store?
I think I can middle manage her here.
Yeah, I think you can. I 100% think you can.
Yeah.
And IKEA like desperately wants you to buy things. So let's see how that goes.
Maybe.
11?
I have 14. I have a 6, a 6, and a 2. And I have 1 XP.
You do have 1 XP. So do you want to... So you can do whatever you want. What do you want to happen?
I want to get another skill. So that, as was suggested in the chat, because honestly, it was where we were going, I would like the skill of a Karen.
So you have a retrieve full Karen level 4. You are a Karen 4. Cheers.
Thank you.
With 15 minutes left in the game, you were caring for.
Took some time, but you know what? When you put the work, so,
I mean, we're at the finale. We need something flashy going on.
so does that mean that I need to, since I won this role, do I need to answer like what I would do to get Piper here, or can I use my Karen?
So you've won, so you can basically dictate, like, do you Karen them out of Piper? Do you Karen them, like, you can define what the Karen means to your character.
I believe that I would talk to I would passive aggressively talk to the Swedish meatball, because clearly it's not smart enough.
Right.
But
It's a meatball. It's literally a meatball.
It's a sentient meatball with knives for hands. I'll
Even
explain.
if it rejected me.
Exactly. Well, clearly it did have some.
It had a little bit of taste.
A little taste. I would explain to it, hey, I'm not going to give you money because I feel like Piper is enough. Piper's worth about $15.
She's of your body, like.
She's of my body.
That's $15 at the very least.
Exactly. I mean, I can throw in her placenta. It's in the freezer. You can have that.
Did you pill it in pill form?
It's powdered. It's powdered. You can sprinkle it over like your coffee.
Oh.
So, to get Piper here, I'm just gonna call her nanny.
It's so
and
upsetting.
just have them just bring Piper. You know what? Bring Astra too, so she can say goodbye to the thing that's been dragging her down all these years. And then we will leave. We will leave, and Piper will stay.
So the meatball like hears this and it's like, oh, okay,
Great deal.
and kind of stops its tirade because it and the Monitor had actually been friends for a while, like on the same side, and it's very confused as to why it's been essentially Trojan horse into this. Betsy, you basically, you can escape, you can go back for John if you really want to, you can free the Monitor. What do you want to do? There's so much that you can do at this moment.
Well, it seems that Karen has got it handled.
Karen has it so handled. Like, you don't have to worry about anything. She's Karen. She's the final form Karen.
Exactly.
Like,
And I've already gotten her money. So I think that Iris goes full indigo child. Very godlike, levitating, a nice indigo violet glow about her. Eyes are white.
so go Indigo Child 2 to 2 for me to see how this exit happens. I rolled a 2 and a 1, so a 3. So please, roll higher than a 3 and just indigo the fuck out of here.
Oh, please believe that I rolled a 6.
So please, describe how you, like, ascend into the heavens and indigo your way out of the Yikea as a giant sentient meatball in the Monitor watch on. I'm gonna drink some whiskey while you do.
Okay. Well, okay. So Iris returned because as a starseed, she cannot see any sentient life be brought down by someone's oppression. And that is what has caused this levitating, Christ-like figure that you see before you. I mean, she is full, arms out, eyes, big white eyes. And I believe that I'd start to spin. Kind of like a sky dancer.
There's a light emanating from within you, from your heart chakra.
Yes. And so I start to spin like a sky dancer, and I look like this gorgeous floating helicopter in the air.
I just want to
And
point out. I want to point out that the scent wafts from you, the unwashed scent of many days of living in the Yikea.
Yes. I become a little bit of a mini tornado, and I suck in the monitor and the sentient meatball.
Oh, your heart's so big. It's so big.
My heart is just that big. And I think that much like the money tar, the meatball can also be rehabilitated to be a free creature and to be its own person. And we whoosh out the door into the bright, crisp 72-degree air, and we ascend into the clouds. And every once in a while, on a really perfect day like this, you can still see us dancing up there together.
They'll be back when there's no longer a capitalist society to hold down everybody.
Exactly.
But the meatball, the Swedish meatball, the monitor, and Betsy/Iris have fully ascended into the heavens.
We went full powder. Powder. We live in the clouds now.
You went bald, John Travolta, 100%.
Phenomenal.
John, how do you feel seeing this? Like, what's your holsties?
John really doesn't care. Like, he just saw this amazing thing happened, right?
But not to him. But it didn't happen to him.
But it didn't happen to him.
Sure
And it really... John did lose the love of his life, but he had already lost the love of his life because she'd already left him. And the minute that she was like, I'm not interested in anymore, he was like, well, I didn't like you anyway, as a white man is.
And the moment he thinks that, there is a pop, almost like negative space, and she's standing there, and she's in her full Ikea glory. Like, there's actually a crown on her head that spells out Ikea in the cutouts.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, get out. No, like, go.
Nobody tells me what to do.
Out. And Ikea's gonna roll its herding cats 3 on you versus whatever you want to contest. But don't tell me what to do with.
It's definitely white man. I hate overusing it, but
no, there's no overusing white man. It's pretty much the most powerful trump card in the game.
I got 11.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Kitty!
2 6s and a 3.
Oh, goddamn.
So 15. So John, with your tail between your legs, pretending.
I just keep getting rejected.
You get rejected, but you're pretending that you did not. So please describe your walk of shame for us.
I hike up my very tight jeans.
Are you wearing skinny jeans? Or
yeah. They're black skinny jeans with my Vans and my Sonic Youth, but it's more like Sonic Booth, and it's got a weird ironic twist to it. It's fine. Shirt. And I just kind of look at everyone, and I look at the world. I can't look at Iris because she's turned into powder or whatever.
Yeah, she's a bright light. She's your guiding light if you're willing to give up some of your white manness, but I don't think you are.
But I'm not, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I just kind of I just start kind of sauntering away as slowly. I would say the deep cut here would be something like the Incredible Hulk with the sad music, but and
yeah. And the further away you get, the more you walk like John Wayne.
Yeah, but Yeah, I just kind of like, but as like I start out sad, but then I like remember who I am as I'm walking, and my head lifts higher and higher each step I take, and then I just am like, oh, but I'm John, and like it'll be fine. I will go to my punk band practice later today, and go to my accounting job tomorrow, and there will be a new girl, and it will be just fine. I will be okay.
You'll be great.
He might have a Patrick Swayze ghost moment in his future.
You'll be great.
That might happen. Yeah.
You'll go
I will
on
be
Tinder.
fine.
You'll go on 3 dates
Yeah.
next week.
He basically
It's gonna be fine.
already picked up his Hinge account and was like, we're good.
And Carol. Carol, both of your twins have shown up. They're holding hands and looking at you like, hey, Mom.
I mean,
What do you do?
I mean, I guess I don't have to give Piper away at this point because there's no meatball anymore. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Just gonna get her away. So, and I'll explain to her that sometimes a mommy and a daddy love one child more than the other.
Oh my god! I can't.
Steph's response makes us so good.
Sometimes it's just best for everyone involved if the other child lives at IKEA. From what I understand, there's always food. Apparently, they will give you a job and they pay you decent money.
Slash, we'll be taking all of your paychecks until you turn 18.
Obviously, I'll put it in a trust of some sort for Astrid, and so I feel like it'll be happily forever.
Excellent. And with that, Carol, assured of her win because of these like bomb ass bags that she's 100% gonna get from the ascended being,
Yeah.
saunters out of the Yikea.
I got you.
Holding Piper, holding Astrid.
Yes, you all escape except for Piper, with your souls intact from the Yikea. Thank you so much for joining me on this organized chaos.
This was fun.
It's been unpredictable and great. I will let each person. I am your GM, Alex. You can find me at Aleekza, ALEEKZA, on basically all social media. I think this is going to probably be a bi-weekly show. Dara, do you have anything you want to promote?
Sure. So thank you for being here. This is the Pop Culture Co-op. If you're not already a follower, please follow us. We would love that. You can also subscribe. You know, we're on Instagram and Twitter and all of YouTube. We also are housing all of our old shows on YouTube. All of those are under at Pop Culture Co-op. So especially if you're new here, welcome. We have a lot of really fun programming. Wednesday, Bolshevik, I can do it correctly, who's in the chat, is having her show Cinemarks about Marxism in cinema. And Friday, Thursday is a Bachelor related show with our wonderful Stacy. Friday we have 2 shows. Karen has her first episode of Show and Tell, and then me and I'm actually going to announce something that happened while we were doing this. Me and Ashley have our episode of Big Time afterwards, and we will have the well-known burlesque performer Fancy Feast on, where we will be talking about being sexy and fat. So that's a really exciting thing. So that is kind of the rest of our programming until Sunday. We have a ton. So follow us everywhere. We're doing a lot of stuff. We've only existed for like this is our 3rd week, so this is exciting. Thank you so much, Alex.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I was so nervous to do this, but this was really fun. So thank you for
I'm so glad you
hosting
did. Y'all did so good. It was very fun. K-A-Ron. Karen, not her final form, but her like best form, Karen.
So you can find me on the Instagrams. That's the only place I really go. I only tweet when something else is happening. So no one follows me. Anyway, but as Dara was saying, I have my first show, Show and Tell, is on Friday. We'll be talking about Terrence Howard's 2015 interview with Rolling Stone, where he introduced his own version of math.
I'm
So-
so excited for this. Like, you don't even know. I'm so excited to watch this, y'all.
Yes, and Boss Quick has also mentioned we have Dick Sensen, but Dick Sensen is not till next week, where we talk about Stacy and I talk about Schitt's Creek. We are on the lookout for some fine fruit wine to drink as we talk about. Next week is Dick, Quinn, and Carl. So yes, if you're deep in the Schitt's Creek, come through. So
And Steph, where can we find you?
You can find me pretty much anywhere under Night Pet, NYGHTPET, and that's pretty much all there is for me at the moment. But I will say a theater that I work at all the time is called the Renaissance Theater, rentickets.org. They're doing a digital show of Dreamgirls over the next few weeks.
Cool.
And it's very cool because it looks like they use the entire theater. So when the scene's backstage, they're actually backstage, and it looks really great. So
Well, that's rad.
if you're looking for something to watch in the next couple weeks, it will be a choice, and that is rentickets.org.
Because you're an actor in Ohio, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
And Steph and I have known each other for years, so thank you so much for joining us. And we will
Thanks,
see everyone
everybody.
in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.